there, and then watching her at the cash register, and then back to him, then back to her, then back to him. Then he has the sunglasses on.
Oh yeah, the flower glasses scene. If there's any memorable scene, which there's many of them in Terrifier 2, people seem to remember that scene. Isn't that funny that you have a movie that is just gore, gore, gore? Every scene is just death over the top, and people go, how about when he puts the sunglasses on?
Yeah, exactly. But like we were talking about Terrifier, it just has the look, it has the feel. They pretty much tried to do like the song in the last one, the jingle and stuff like that. It wasn't, to me, quite as catchy as it should be. But as soon as they hit that horror theme, I mean, this guy's gonna be an icon.
Yeah, I mean, he's already I think it's safe to say that Art has 1 foot still in the underground and 1 foot tapping on mainstream's door.
Yeah.
To be the, nobody thought that Terrifier 2 for a limited release would make that much money in theaters.
Yeah.
But, the old saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, if you put it in theaters, they will come and see it. I mean, people told you that this is what they want. They showed you, and now you got the proof. You got the proof is in the pudding and the doll.
Yeah, I think that it's fucking great. I want to give credit to Terrifier because I feel like because of Terrifier, we're starting to see more than just ghost movies and demon movies, such as Barbarian and Megan. That's going to be a franchise.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, like we're getting more than just these spooky movies. Like we're getting back to like
variety.
Killers. It does blow me away that something like Terrifier is popular. Like you go to Spencer's right now, they have like 4, not 1 but 4 Terrifier shirts.
Yeah, same thing with Hot Topic.
Yeah, like this is like a B-rated movie in most people's eyes.
Right. And I'll agree with you that it does give other studios that comfort level saying, well, Terrifier did it. Let's take a chance on this other film.
Yeah.
Or let's take a chance on this. It helps, it helps these films find a home instead of the $5 bin at Walmart.
Exactly. I think that because of Terrifier, like it's broadening, like it's opening people's minds that they can give producers and directors more freedom, and that's what we need. Like if the monsters at bay got a hold to Leon and got to their hands on Terrifier, it would not be what we love and know.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Don't, if you already have the ingredients for a great chili, don't change it.
Yeah, exactly. And we all love Art because you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. I mean, like he broke the fucking slasher rule and shot a bitch in the first one.
Yeah, yeah, he's awesome.
He's like the Deadpool of horror. You just don't know what you're gonna get with him. But we're glad that we have him, and we're glad that we're getting 3 next year. And there's so much you can do with it. You can change up the holiday, like. Of the Terrifier movies. We had Halloween, we're getting Christmas, Thanksgiving, a fucking Valentine's Day Terrifier movie would be fucking awesome because like the director is such a fan of horror. We would get like tributes, guaranteed from like My Bloody Valentine. We'd get like a fucking brutal axe kill. It would just be so fucking awesome. You have so much potential with Art, and I look forward to people getting inspired to create their own, and hopefully we get more iconic things like Art.
Yeah, I personally would love art to be at like a county fair or a carnival type of deal.
Oh yeah,
where you like he's just walking around and he's disappearing in the fun house or disappearing on the scary ride, and people think that he's a part of the attraction and he just fucking kills people. I think that would be pretty cool.
So much potential. So much potential. But
I want to come up with a couple franchises, two franchises that I call them franchises, but two, I think they're trilogies that I'm surprised did not become franchises.
Right.
And the first one is I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm surprised that only has 3 films in it. It came out right around the same time or a year after Scream. It was riding that train, and but it never happened. And the other one is Urban Legends. With the title alone, every year it's a different urban legend.
Right.
I'm surprised that didn't go any further. But
well, technically, we're getting I Still Know What You Did last summer with the cast.
that was the name of the second film.
Is it I forgot what the new one's called.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. Those are the 3.
I forgot what
titles.
the new ones, but they're coming out with a new one, Freddie Prinze Jr. and everything.
Well, that's good. Hopefully it's a reboot and it reminds people of how the first one felt. Because, let's face it, after the second one, it wasn't all that great, but still,
no.
Even if it wasn't that great, I'm still surprised that some studio just was like, "Give it to me, I'll still make it." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it had a great story. It got what fucking when they did the last one, it got like it was a ghost and shit.
Yeah, it was more.
It's been a while since I watched.
It's more supernatural, and it was definitely B-rated, and definitely got away from the one killer type of deal.
Yeah.
But they could have brought it back anyway. Same thing with Urban Legends.
Urban Legend had probably the most potential.
You got the first 2 films, which was a person doing the killing, and then the third one, it's Urban Legend Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
they go supernatural with it, and I think that if you take a slasher series and then you go supernatural with it, I don't know. Urban Legend I can forgive a little bit more than
because you have supernatural urban legends.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But the 2 that I really wanted to talk about that has potential, one is Happy Death Day.
Those are 2 solid, pretty good movies.
Yeah, I'm not as big as a fan of the second one as I am the first one.
Right.
But again, it goes back to how come nobody's sinking their teeth into it? You know what I mean? So that one, and when you talked about this, 2 things came to my mind. Of course, Art the Clown, like we talked about.
Yeah.
But the very first thing that came to my mind that I was like, franchise, was the Firefly franchise from Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
That was the very first one that I thought of. And I personally would like a newer movie with Sherry Moon Zombie, with Bill Moseley, and I think Richard Brake, he showed what he could do in 3 from Hell, and I think he could potentially add on to that only one movie showing his craziness or whatnot. I think he's way more talented. Look at what he did in the Munsters. Look at what he's done on fucking Game of Thrones. That dude is a tremendous talent. He can go and make an A-list movie. He was in Barbarian. He was the old dad or whatever.
Yeah.
He can go and make an A-list movie, and then he can come right back to making these genre films, as they're called. I would like to see more of him. Of course, anytime I like to see Bill Moseley, and Rob Zombie, people pick on him. I'm a fan of him, so it doesn't matter. So I immediately thought the Firefly trilogy should be the Firefly franchise.
That's a pretty good point. You have potential. I don't know where they would go with the fourth one. I would like for them to go back to kind of basics. I wouldn't mind just like a straight up Natural Born Killers type vibe, just like driving and killing.
Yeah, well, I think that's what.
Or maybe go back to like a House of a Thousand Corpses.
That's what I was thinking.
Where they're laying low.
Because
type
if
situation.
anything, 3 from Hell is more Devil's Rejects than it is House. House is kind of the standalone, like classic, like freaky, what the fuck's going on type of movie.
Right.
And I think, they didn't include Dr. Satan, that character, because, like you said, Rob Zombie wanted to make it more realistic, and that's exactly what he did. But I think with the fourth film, time has passed enough to where you can go, okay, let me bring it back to what I originally, wanted it to be, or what I originally done with House. Because there are fans of House out there. Of course, Devils was just such a great film that it's kind of one of those movies where, like, did you forget there's other movies in this trilogy type of deal? But, that was the one I was thinking of. But, Rob Zombie, I'm looking forward to see what his next project is.
I was going to say, I'm kind of curious at where he goes next. Nobody was expecting the Munsters.
And I enjoyed
reboot.
it. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I bought an actual physical copy because you never know when those streaming services go away. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing him with an actual, serious movie. I want to see him, dig into something not involving Sharon Moon Zombie.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen.
I know, but dreamer can dream.
It's like telling Tim Burton that he can't
put
use
Johnny
Depp or any of the other characters.
I know. It's not that I don't like her. It's just I would like to see what he could do without her. Does that make sense?
Well, put it like this. I don't mind if he makes another movie with her, but it would be cool if she's not the main focus.
Right.
Like if she was a background character and they gave somebody else some time, I think that would be cool. But, he's definitely not shy, even though he puts her up front. He's definitely not shy about fucking killing her.
No. I think it's hidden feelings. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure she is a lovely woman. Maybe not. But that's just some. Let us know what y'all think. Maybe hit us in the comments.
Now it's time for us to get to the main event, which is
the main event of the evening.
Our top 10 favorite franchises. And we're going to do this zigzag thing. I go 10, he goes 10, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If, we'll talk about them as we talk, as we go on. If the other one doesn't say too much, he probably has it later on in the list, and he'll elaborate on that. You know how these deals go.
Yeah. I'll start off. At number 10, I felt like I had to put this in my top 10 because it doesn't get enough love, and it should, is Hatchet, the Hatchet franchise.
Yeah, I did not put Hatchet. I got Hatchet down as a honorable mention. I did my list 2 or 3 times, and the first 2 times Hatchet was on my list.
Yeah, I
unfortunately, I had to take it off because I was like
these movies have it all. You have your iconic people from other iconic horror movies making cameos. You've got a great main slasher killer, Victor Crowley. Memorable.
Looks wicked.
You have a memorable person playing the killer, which is Kane Hodder that played Jason. He's known as Jason or Victor. We recognize him as Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
Solid movies. I don't hate any of them. They're all
great.
All fun. They're fun. They're over the top. They're just a great horror franchise. And I say franchise because you have Hatchet 1, 2, and 3, and then you have the prequel, Victor Crowley.
Yeah, and it's like I told you the other night talking about this franchise. The